As the youngest child, I always tried to mimic my older brother when he was working on art. I did it, whether it was drawing caricatures of rap artists, drawing Dragon Ball Z characters, or simply painting flowers like Vincent van Gogh. This is where my passion for art began. I later found out that my grandfather was also an artist. It was seemingly in my DNA. In Mastery, Green discusses returning to your origins, stating that for masters, their inclinations often present themselves in remarkable clarity in childhood. Not only do I vividly remember my art experiences as a child, but I believe my life tasks include art in some form. It took me years to figure out that the career path I was on was not the right one for me. I was chasing the norms of corporate comfort, a good paying job, 401k plan, climbing the corporate ladder, etc. But for me, once I did that, I began to realize that this was not my true passion. Green mentions in Mastery to avoid the false path. I found myself following a path that was not part of my life tasks. I'm a creator, and a 9-to-5 desk job was not part of my long-term goals. This was my turning point moment. In Mastery, Green quoted Wolfgang, who said, "I am a composer. I neither can nor ought to bury the talent for composition with which God in his goodness has so richly endowed me." Was I going to stay the course of corporate comfort until my retirement check kicked in? Or was I going to use my talents I was blessed with to change my life? I decided to take a chance and return to school to study a field that aligned more with what I am destined to do, create. But how would I turn what I loved as a child into a rewarding career? My truthful answer is that I am still figuring that part out, but I know taking the steps forward will help me get one step closer to figuring it out. Green also talks about occupying the perfect niche, and how in the beginning you choose a field that roughly corresponds to your interest. Digital marketing will help me learn a skill in a world where digital knowledge is important. Our everyday lives depend on some form of digital marketing, whether it's advertisements on social media, commercials, or random emails you get when you sign up for a 30% discount on jeans. Mastery in this field will prepare me for an ever-changing future in our digital world. As Green mentions in the Let Go of the Past section, change is inevitable, particularly in such a revolutionary moment as ours. Since you are on your own, it is up to you to foresee the changes going on right now in your profession. Though I grew up in the digital era, there's much I need to learn. Professional knowledge from this program will allow me to adapt and succeed whenever there is a change in the digital marketing field in the foreseeable future. But until then, I will have to be patient and learn in the present. Green states in Finding Your Way Back that the way back requires a sacrifice. You cannot have everything in the present. The road to mastery requires patience. My first childhood inclination was in 2020 when I began my deployment to the Middle East. During these 11 months, I had extra time on my hands as there was limited access to normal life activities. This is where I began drawing again. At first, I hated everything I created because it had been so long since I was drawing. But I kept designing. Fast forward almost 5 years later, I'm selling my art. At times I wanted to give up, but I gave myself grace and had patience. And now I'm in a master's program to enhance my knowledge and skills to turn my childhood fascination into a career. In the next 3 weeks, I'd like to work on these 2 SMART goals. First, I want to work on getting more comfortable networking. I will accomplish this goal by connecting with individuals in my master's program and not letting my anxiety stand in the way of a simple conversation. Next, I want to create a career track as a digital marketer. To accomplish this, I will research 3 of the most successful digital marketers in my field and learn the career paths that they took. What careers helped jumpstart their path, what worked and what didn't. Thank you.